B-boys dance, hurry up and give me the microphone before I...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they'd better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. And guys, the Houston Rockets can get up and down the floor and score as well as anybody. A big reason, James Harden. He does just about everything for them at the offensive end of the floor. Doesn't he, Kenny?
I'll tell you what. You know, we always knew he was an elite scorer. But now he's passing the basketball, Ernie. His ability to find people has probably opened his game up exponentially on the offensive end.
I know you heard this before because I played for a lot of teams, but I played for D'Antoni.
Wow.
And Harden has showed he can run the offense, and it's flourishing. You know, the challenge for the Rockets is at the defensive end of the floor.
Coming up, tip-off. Let's go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The Star-Spangled Banner, sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against Chicago.
They were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night, and you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Yeah, and they certainly did that. What they lacked in offense, they more than made up with defensively. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win all the same.
Before the action gets going here, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mike D'Antoni. David, what's the news?
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent. They come at you in multiple ways, depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. Pretty tall order. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And an exciting start to the year, but a long way to go. If you're a veteran player, how do you pace yourself?
Well, you asked the coach if you could have a night off here and there. We've seen, obviously, the league going to this, Kevin, making sure that physically the players have the most that they can have come postseason and not get overextended during the regular season. And then if you know the game well enough, Kevin, there's certainly ways throughout the course of a ball game to know when it is you can exert yourself and then pull back a little bit. And that doesn't mean that the guy's not playing hard or competing. It just means that there's a little bit of smartness with regards to how he's approaching each and every contest.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is down low with Capella, and it's Ariza in at the small forward position. And Adams sends it back.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
The 3 from George. Rebounded by Capella. The Rockets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
pass to Ariza. Paul against Westbrook. Paul kicks to Anderson. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Well, I like how Chris Paul resets the floor on that possession. Very quick on how he distributes the ball there.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Lets it go from deep. The shot's good from Westbrook.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
For Houston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Paul dishes to Hart. Ariza outside. Anderson the screen. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
Steven Adams can have an impact on the game, certainly defensively, certainly with the screen setting. But how about the character of the center of this basketball team? One of the most quotable players in the league, and he'll never hold back from speaking his mind in an interview. Gotta love his disposition.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And with Adams being so likable and quotable, a lot of it has to do with his incredible wit.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Steven Adams talk show once his career is finished. Or maybe not, maybe before his career is finished. But when you're the younger sibling, you usually come up with a very refined sense of humor.
Right, like you, Brent. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Westbrook against Paul. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Russell Westbrook, one of those players who's a walking triple-double at times, and he loves to pick up his points at the free throw line if possible. A lot of people look at Russell and think you roll the ball out, and with his athleticism and tenaciousness, he just takes it over. But the guy hits the film room. I mean, he studies up. He wants to know about his opponent. He wants to get better as a performer, get more consistent. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with Russell Westbrook.
And that one falls for Westbrook. And for Westbrook and his watching of film, he isn't looking for what he's doing on the floor. Rennie said else.
I think that kind of approach is pretty heady, don't you, Kevin? The fact that Russell not only wants to improve himself, he wants to have a better understanding of every aspect of the game. That's his decision-making. That's where his teammates are finding success on the floor. Defensively, how teams are matching up with him. That's a lot to take in on top of the responsibilities he already has for this Oklahoma City team.
Now here's Paul. Ariza has the open look. That 3 off the mark. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Roberson the pass to Adams. Shoots the 3. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Adams. 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
Continuing his efforts to be more accurate from behind the arc. This will help his team spread the floor even more. Westbrook knocks that one down.
Here's Paul. Back to Harden. Ariza outside. Paul against Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ariza. That doesn't go either for Ariza. The Thunder with the lead. Here's George. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Robertson, a nice job that time distributing the basketball, and a dependable player in these offensive schemes if he does that.
Paul kicks to Ariza. Lob pass to Capella. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's George. And it's George again missing.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Screen by Capella. Here's Paul. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Rockets.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Ball against Westbrook. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Now here's Paul. They set the pick. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
Rockets trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
He dishes it to Capella. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot. A steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. George with the ball.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Now here's Paul. Harden gets to Ariza. Anderson a screen on George. Ariza dishes to Paul. And Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
George passes to Carmelo. And the Thunder another 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now a timeout called by Houston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Paul kicks to Harden. Houston moving it around. Gordon with it. George picks him up. Paul with the 3. Drops in the tray.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
Robertson dishes to Westbrook. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Screen by Capella. Harden kicks to Gordon. Back to Harden. Screen by Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good from Paul on the assist by Harden. 7 points in the game.
Well, Chris Paul tinkering now with the defense, reacting well off the pick, and then he capitalizes as well.
Anthony with the bucket.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Harden outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
That's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one drops.
Well, for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise, but I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
Harden hits them both. And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA NBA season averaging a triple-double. Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony, and Anderson kicks to Gordon. Capella sends a screen for Gordon. Second chance effort, and Harden lays it in. Harden's got 9.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's George. Sweet little floater.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Screen by Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Quickness of Chris Paul dicing up the defense with his superb passing off the screen.
Here's Roberson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And George kicks to Westbrook over Paul. And the shot is long. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores. Pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
On the wings, Abrinas and George. Inside, it's Patterson and Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the point. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Lets it go from the wing. They get the rebound, and it's sent back by George. Outside Westbrook. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rockets trail by 5. Paul with the ball. Capella kicks to Paul. Pass to Tucker. Back to Paul. Capella sends a screen for Paul to the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Now Westbrook. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game. Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter. Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now, a bit out of rhythm.
And George kicks to Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George. Westbrook's got 15 points. We've seen the shift in offensive strategy, Brent. More threes, more spacing, better flow, opening up driving lanes and opportunities to make at least one quick move to the basket. What have defenses been doing on the other side, trying to counteract those trends?
I think the biggest trend that you see, Kevin, is the switching defenses. So many rosters now constructed of guys who have the ability to get off of the screen and to pick up a perimeter player. And that's not for 24 seconds, but 5 or 6 seconds being able to contain dribble penetration and challenge deep threes. So the switching aspect of NBA defense That is a trend.
And you watch the way Westbrook plays fearlessly, how he has the attitude of Brent, someone much smaller than him.
Well, it's that athleticism that intimidates, Kevin, quite frankly. You hear a lot of players who went through this huge growth spurt to make them elite. That's exactly what happened to Russell Westbrook, going from about 5'8" to 6'3" in a hurry. But to have that kind of bullish mentality as a point guard in this league against that kind of size, that's impressive stuff.
And he knocks down the first one. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Rockets trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Gordon. Over George. Another miss by Houston.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
On the wing, Eric Gordon goes up the baseline. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game.
And once Eric Gordon receives that pass, he's just rising up, so a natural rhythmic jump shot.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 17. Adams with the screen on Paul. Here's Westbrook. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
A free throw off from Westbrook. Rockets trail by 8. Paul outside. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The dish to Patterson. They get it again. Adams. Danny battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Adams has got the lead up to 10 now for Oklahoma City. Timeout called. The Rockets outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And that was a game where you just sensed that they would get it going and somehow be able to come out with the victory, but just not in the cards on that night.
No, in the end, not even close to being in the cards. Maybe there was some hope for them early on, but by the fourth quarter, people filed out.
NBA official, NBA referee, Brent Ashby, one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. Number 1, the Thunder. 5th best, the Rockets.
And forcing turnovers is a point of pride for both of these teams. That's why their steal numbers have been so high.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. After Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Drills it from outside.
This is where your off-season work comes into play. Westbrook stepping into his catch-and-shoot game. Thousands of reps get you that kind of result.
And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Screen by Baamute. And it's Gordon penetrating. Good. Gordon Adams got 4 points this quarter.
Defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
The feed to Adams. Over Mbamute. Almost, but it rolls out. Rockets trail by 11. Eric Gordon on the wing. Paul outside. Gordon with a screen on Westbrook. Over to the left wing. Shot's good from Mbamute. Mbamamute's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They set the pick. For 3, Westbrook. A shot that time, not on target. And the Rockets take it the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
And it's Gordon missing.
Right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Westbrook against Paul. Here's Adams, and it's Nene with the rebound.
The defense was solid.
Outside Gordon. Nene with the screen on Westbrook. Here's Tucker. Another miss by Houston.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish. But his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
The shot's good from Paul.
I think Chris Paul, as he's gotten later into his career, shooting more and more from the three-point line, but the mid-range jumper is still extra special.
Now, here's George. Scheming at 13.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Ball against Westbrook. Over in the corner, Mbamute. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Taken away by Nene, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And now, quick review at the numbers for Paul George. Averaging about 22 points per, almost 2.5 steals and 6 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently. Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Paul kicks to Mbamute. He takes possession. In a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Thunder.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
The Thunder leading by 13. Westbrook passes to Adams. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. Westbrook with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. 20 seconds left to play here in the half. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on George. Rockets have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Both teams deciding to change it up. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's Roberson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. From outside the arc, that's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Well, no hesitation from Robertson that time. Got his shot off quickly as soon as he got the ball.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're bumping down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, challenging every possession counts. And we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 26 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Their perimeter shooting has made the difference, and so many of their points are coming from long range. They've come out, spread the floor, and executed their jump shooting game. It's been a barrage from the three-point line. Guys always finding the open shot. If they can stay hot from three-point land in the second half, this game is over.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively. Disrupts me all the time. Not enough disruption.
That's it for now, as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
But we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella, and it's Paul in at the 1 spot.
This OKC team is one of the best in the league when it comes to getting themselves to the free throw line, and a lot of that comes with the sheer force of Russell Westbrook, who draws a ton of fouls. But there's a few other crafty players who can get to work on the inside and find their way to the free throw line. Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Now here's Westbrook, and George kicks to Westbrook. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The Thunder, a strong team at getting points off free throws, Brent. It helps having Cantor, who's also good at drawing fouls.
Well, we see how much a team can have success just stealing easy points from the free throw line. So most teams that are near the top in terms of finding free throw attempts per game find their way into postseason play. The Thunder have set that trend. Westbrook's aggressiveness, Cantor on the inside, and Adams playing aggressive around the rim.
And so here is Houston, following the score by Oklahoma City. Anderson the screen. Here's Ariza. Off target from outside. The Thunder leading by 13. Outside Westbrook. Off the screen. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Adams, such a physical presence out there on the glass. This is how he gets a lot of his points.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, a team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task and focused. We certainly were not. The Utah Jazz took care of us, and that was because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Paul kicks to Capella. He feeds it to Harden for three. Rebounded by Anthony.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Adams, and the layup's good off the glass. Adams has got his third bucket of the night.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
Now here's Harden. Defense right on him. Ariza against George. Releases from 15, and Anthony with the basket on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Melo operating in the mid-range, he does such a great job of finding open areas out there where he knows he can dominate.
Now here's Paul. 9 points in the game so far, and the dunk by Capella.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Screen by Adams. Lets the three fly. The putback, and it's Adams on the follow.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
Here's Roberson. 5 points in the game. Double team on Westbrook. Back to Robertson. 5 on the clock. Anderson with the block. Paul outside. Feeds it to Ariza. Ball against Westbrook. Back to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. Screen by Capella. Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Westbrook kicks to George. George double teamed over Ariza. Here's Adams and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Adams has got 8 points in the quarter.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
Yes, especially after you worked hard to get the stop in the first place.
Now here's Harden. 14 points for him. Back to Capella from 11 feet away. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his third assist on the night.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Timeout called the Rockets. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Iverson out there to play defense. He excels at getting off the ground so quickly to get the block.
Westbrook dishes to Robertson. The three-pointer, no good. Rockets trail by 18. And here's Harden. He's averaging almost 31 points a game right now, an extraordinary figure for any player to post. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Stolen by Harden. Down low, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Shots good by Anthony. Anthony's got 10.
Knowing where to be off of the screen, Melo with a good read there.
Harden the pass to Capella. He kicks to Gordon. Screen by Capella. Gordon dishes to Anderson. Passes it to Ariza. 5 to shoot. Over George. Houston keeps it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Harden, no good. The Thunder leading by 16. For 3, Westbrook. That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got his 7th assist in the game. For Houston, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. There's a good screen. Harden outside. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Harden's got 7 points for the quarter. Oklahoma City's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. With the teardrop, here's Westbrook, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, you can guess right or you can guess wrong. And with Westbrook, many times defenders are wrong.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor, and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a 3 off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics, who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
And the first one of
Since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable, just a nightly triple-double threat.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for the Thunder. And both free throws good for James Harden. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Robertson has it in the corner. Outside Anthony. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Anthony's got 6 points in the quarter.
Can't allow that much separation, even as the pass is coming his way. Try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Here's Harden, piece of it, and stolen by Patterson. And here at the double-digit, Thunder lead by 18. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Now let's hear Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Exert yourself by being disciplined and focused on the right stuff. All right, good job. Go.
Words of praise from Billy Donovan asking them to stay locked in, make good choices.
Yeah, and when all 5 of these guys are on the same page, great things tend to happen. So let's see if that continues.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. They've got Grant. Anthony out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Roberson. Then it's Felton in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
They set the pick. Here's Grant. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Thunder lead by 18. Houston's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Screen by Capella. And Tucker has it in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Tucker's got 6 here in this quarter.
They found in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Patterson, the screen. Outside Anthony. Off the screen. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And the basket by Gordon.
When Eric Gordon's pulling up like that and hitting those shots, gotta be a big concern for the opposing coach.
And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Patterson, the screen. Outside, Felton. Patterson, a screen on Harden. Grant outside. Just 5 to shoot. With some arc, the Rockets pull it in. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Kicks to Ariza. Houston moving it around. Pass to Tucker. Screen by Capella. And Anthony sends it back. They recover it. Capella with the bucket.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Here's Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Ariza.
Always am amazed at the consistency of what Carmelo Anthony and his ability to score the basketball has done. Averaged 20 points per game, even as a rookie. And no matter the situation, he definitely can carry a team with his scoring.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. And with Melo, the 20 points a game, his whole career is astounding. Given the length of the time he's played, Brent, it helps when you're the number one option, as he is on offense.
Well, Carmelo has been the number one option in any offense his whole life. He's going to go down as one of the NBA's greatest scorers of all time, and just a consistent threat you can rely upon night in and night out.
And he's good on the second. Brent, the stretch 4, the 3 and D players, specialties that have emerged over the years. Any other specialties you see becoming a trend?
The one that I see as a trend, Kevin, right now is the redefining of the 5 position. Think about guys like Porzingis, Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, being able to stretch a defense out at the 5 position all the way out to the 3-point line. We're redefining what it means to be a center in the NBA.
I'm sure there are traditional guys that see that and just can't believe what they're watching, huh? Guys out there that big and hitting shots.
Yeah, most of those old guys will take back to the home, Kevin. Just enjoy it while you can.
Here's Grant after Clint Capella's bucket. Adams, the pass to Carmelo. Over Nene. Shots good by Anthony. And the Thunder lead by 12.
The defense swarming all over Carmelo, understanding that he's hungry to score, but didn't slow him down one bit.
Harden inside the 3-point line. Capella controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Roberson dishes to Adams. Grant kicks to Felton. Adams with the screen on Paul. Back to Grant. There's the 3. They get it back. Adams. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the 4 this game. Now 6 for 10.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Paul kicks to Capella. From deep, Harden. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Roberson kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. Back to Felton. Adams with the screen on Paul. Felton the pass to Grant. And Capella sends it back. But they get it back. Adams' shot is good.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Paul dishes to Harden. Ariza outside. Screen by Capella. From deep, Harden. Second chance effort. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Capella.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. For Oklahoma City, Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. And a change for the Rockets. Ryan Anderson is checked in for Nene. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He said nobody thought we'd be in this position right now, and we are. He said he was proud of his guys. He also said, now go finish this thing off and get this win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Al Paul. After Westbrook's missed 3, Harden left side. Baseline J on the way. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Roberson. Dishes it to George. Westbrook against Paul. Hangs in the air. Contact on the shot.
Well, you give Russell Westbrook any kind of runway like that, and he can explode. What a terror on the inside.
Gentlemen, roof shot.
And the first one drops. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. And so it's Houston with it. They trail by 9 points. Ball against Westbrook. Screen by Capella. Paul kicks to Harden. Lob pass to Capella. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
The Thunder leading by 9. Now here's Westbrook. just got 37.
Well, not many guards are able to get to that spot as quick as Westbrook does. It's a comfort zone for him.
Capella with a screen on Westbrook. Paul kicks to Harden. Misses off the right iron.
No excuse for him not drilling that one there. The defense was nowhere to be found. Maybe could have taken a little more time.
And the pass to Roberson. He dishes it to Carmelo. Westbrook double team. 6 to shoot. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Thunder lead by 13.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Oklahoma City.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game, was firing on all cylinders.
And here's Westbrook. James Harden getting it to go from deep over Paul. That one off the back iron and out.
Their time has already passed.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Ball against Westbrook. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.